Welcome to Book Buzz with Jen and Payne, a podcast focused on romance books. And we're here to talk about those romance books that leave us breathless. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday because we're also going to be giving out book recommendations and reviewing new book releases.
Hello, welcome back to our podcast. We hope you guys are doing well. This episode, we will be talking about some of the books we read. We have some book recommendations, and we will be talking about exciting things that happened this week. So keep listening.
This week, I slacked a lot. You know, I was supposed to be, I will say I did catch up on my arcs, so that's good. But I didn't read as much as I expected and wanted to read. I did get 2 new arcs in my Kindle, though. I got one, I think it was Friday. And then I got another one today. Friday, when I got The Butterfly Effect by Kelly Elliott. So I started reading that yesterday. I am loving it. It's so cute. And then today I got Hard to Lose, which I'll probably start that within the week. But I didn't really read as much. And I'm very sad about that. The plan I had for myself didn't happen. And I feel horrible because I feel like I did nothing all week. But I did read. So I picked up Enthralled by Jana Darling. So I always see you posting about her. And I love her book covers. I've had her books in my TBR for a while. Like I said, my reading plan for the week didn't go like I thought. And I was like, what can I read today? What should I read? So I went through my TBR. The cover for that book is gorgeous. So I was like, let me pick this book up. The blurb sounded amazing. I went into the book kind of thinking I knew what the book was going to be about and already prepared to what I thought was going to happen. None of what I thought was going to happen happened. Yeah. It shocked me. It starts out very interesting. It keeps you hooked. I started reading it and I was like, oh my gosh, like what the heck is going on? And I couldn't put it down. So I started reading the book on Thursday, finished the first book on Friday, and then I started reading book 2 Saturday. I'm still reading book 2, but the first book was so not how I expected it.
It was amazing.
It was. It's that type of book that literally makes your jaw drop to the floor. Yeah. Like the hero was freaking fire. Like I should hate him. Yeah. But I freaking love him. I don't want to give much away in case people haven't read it. But I will say it's BDSM. I don't read books like that. Like, I mean, I'm not against them. Those aren't the books that I seek. So when I was reading the book and all of that was going on, I was like, what in the world is happening? Like, what am I reading? It wasn't what am I reading? I need to stop reading this. Is what am I reading? This is everything. Yeah. Because the heroine, what I loved about her was that she was this fierce, sassy woman who might be in a situation that she wasn't prepared for, but she also never ducked her head and backed down of what she thought and wanted. And that's what I freaking loved about her. And I was like, I need air right now. This book is like, what am I reading? Like, what's going on? But it was like so freaking good. Alexander is that guy who you just love to hate because of everything that he does, everything that he says. But and then again, he's a hero who I think deep down didn't know love existed. Yeah. And even if he did knew love existed, I don't think he knew how to love. Yeah. Like being in the situation to where now he has this woman challenging him and making him feel stuff, it throws him out of a loop. She didn't see him coming and he didn't see her coming. And I think that's what's so interesting, that it kept me like on the edge, no lie, on the edge of my bed, like wondering what the heck was going to happen. Because like I said, he comes off as someone who doesn't get attached, is his way or no way. He does whatever he wants to do. And that's not who he really is. There's so much more to him than what he wants people to think there is.
Yeah.
I was obsessed. I could not put the book down. I need more. I love him. Like, why am I just now reading this book? It does leave off on a cliffhanger. And that cliffhanger, it legit had me screaming. I was like, what? What?
Yeah.
So for that, I'm happy that I waited this long to read it because now I don't have to wait for the second book to come out.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so much more than you would expect. It's a love story mixed with suspense. You're looking for something that's going to keep you on the edge of your seat. Totally recommend that one. And then I also, like I mentioned, I started reading The Butterfly Effect by Kelly Elliott. That's a new series of hers. I've spoken about her series on a previous podcast. She writes small town romance, and her small town romance always have all the feels. I love her writing. I love her books. I love it. And she's taking out a new series, The Buggy Creek Valley. I think that's how you say it. And the first book of the series is The Butterfly Effect. And that one is a single parent, second chance, brother's best friend romance. Everything we like in a book. Everything. So ever since she released the cover is gorgeous. It's so cute. It's beautiful. Ever since she released the cover and the blurb, I've been going crazy for it. So when that hit my Kindle on Friday, I was like, what? So I started reading that. I read like 2 chapters this morning. And I love it. I'm loving it so much. So if you haven't added that to your TBR, I totally recommend you add it to your TBR. It's so good. Trust me. She always makes me, every time I read her book, she always makes me cry. And you know how I've told you, if a book makes me cry, it automatically goes into my favorite book stack. And all of her books have always made me cry. So that's a must read. But 2 chapters in. Next week I'll talk about it.
So I did finish reading Savage Wilder by Veronica Eden. It came out on the 12th already, so check it out if you haven't. It's a high school bully romance. And if you love bully romance, you definitely have to check out this book. It's the 4th book in the Sinners and Saints series. It's the last book. The plot was definitely interesting. It's more than just a bully romance, I have to say. I'm someone who doesn't really like bully romance. I feel like I'm too old for bully romance. But this one was definitely good. It was not just mysterious. It was full of suspense. It was very angsty. And the plot, I love the plot, how Veronica plot everything out. And the twist, oh my gosh. I kid you not. My mouth literally dropped to the floor because I was like, I was not expecting that twist at all. And Veronica did such a fantastic job at it.
Yeah, because she never, with that twist, she never added it to your head while you were reading the book. It was it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I will say that. And I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I love that because I did finish that book too.
And I loved how Macy doesn't let anyone make decisions for her. She will go and do her own thing, even though she's kind of under her parents, being a goody-goody girl, but she never let it hinders her from making her own decision. I have to say, there were times when I legit swooned. There was one line he said to her, oh my gosh, I don't remember what the line was, but it literally got me smiling. Because it was so sweet. It was so cute. And thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm too old to be thinking about this little boy. Because Fox is like 19 years old. So yeah, this is why I don't really read high school books because I'm too old for it. It was definitely a good read. You have to check it out if you love bully romance.
I will say from the 4 books, because I read the previous 3, the first one's always going to be my favorite. just because there's something about Lucas that it was like, and I tell her that all the time. I'm like, he's my favorite. But the last one, I think it comes right after the first one. Mm-hmm. Fox was this bad boy who is full of anger.
Yeah.
And I guess he wants justice to what he knows, or he's on a mission. It's something that while you're reading it, you kind of see where he's going at. Mm-hmm. But then, like you said, it's like Veronica does a very good job because she throws in a twist that you never see coming. And then you're like, okay, how do I feel about you now? Or like, I don't know. He was something else.
Yeah.
Because he was mean, but also at the same time, you would see him fight his feelings for her. They used to be friends back when they were kids. So it's like you see him battle those memories and those feelings with the present, how he feels. So it's very interesting to see him take sides between his present and his past.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting to me. I loved him.
Yeah.
I didn't want to like smack him across the head once or twice, but I guess I understood what he was going through. Because I love bully romance. And I always say there has to be a reason as to why they're like that. It's the same thing with like Monica Murphy when she wrote Diego's book, Fighting for You. He was the villain in the previous book, and everybody was like, I hate him. And it's like, there's a reason why they're like that. And I think Veronica's book touched that. That's like, everybody acts a certain way because of something they're hiding. I loved how she wrote him to where he never forgot his main purpose. He knew when he was wrong. So I like that. I really enjoyed it. Lucas is still my favorite though. So on our last podcast, we were saying how we were going to talk about Bridgerton. Okay, guys, this is what happened. Like, my week didn't go as planned. Pang didn't read Bridgerton.
Wow. She has to take that back because it was her who didn't finish reading Bridgerton.
Like, okay, I'll be honest. Like I said, my week didn't go like I planned, and it was very hectic. So I did start it though. Don't think I didn't start it. I did start it. I didn't finish it like Pang. Miss, I read books so fast. I think I just finished chapter 3. So I am reading it, okay? So we changed the Bridgerton episode to next week. I promise. I'll have it 100% read. So we're just changing things up a little bit. So this week, we're just going to be giving out, some book recommendations of the books we think you guys would love. And promise next week we'll dive into Bridgerton because I am dying to talk about it. I am dying to finish the book. It's just life happens. Yeah. Like literally this whole week was like I was in a slump. So next week for sure. Bridgerton episode from beginning to end. Promise. So since we're not talking about Bridgerton, like I said, we're gonna be giving you a book recommendation of the books we think you need to pick up. The book I picked was The Soul series by Kennedy Ryan. Have you read that one?
No.
It's a trilogy. The third book is more like a novella. It is phenomenal. The story was, it broke my heart so many times. So Kai and Ryzen, I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. But they have a love story that it doesn't compare to anything. It is so sweet. Their love story hurts because Kai is this woman who is trying to make her dream come true. She wants to be a singer. That's something that she's always dreamed of. Ryzen, again, if I'm saying it wrong, sorry. He has that life. He's famous. He's known for his music. He is living. She's not jealous of him or anything. He's living the life she wants. And I think that's something that it hurts because he would do anything for her. Anything. And he loves her so deeply. Her mind is so focused on making her dream come true that she keeps pushing him away.
Yeah.
And it hurts so bad because he is like the most amazing hero to me that she's ever written. She goes through some stuff, but I feel bad for him. He's not just battling a person who doesn't have time for love. No, he's battling a person who has so much dreams that she wants to accomplish that she doesn't want to let anybody else in her life. And it's like he's trying to make her see that she could still have that life, even if she lets people in. And that's something she's not used to either. She's not used to letting people in. So that's another struggle towards like their love story. It hurts. It really, really hurts. And it's a story about, you know, taking chances and letting love in. And it's not just romantically. It's, you know, letting people become your friends, and you can still accomplish your dreams, even if you get a little bit of help. Book 2 made me cry so much. She will make you, I will say, when I was reading it, she made me mad so many times. Like, I literally was screaming at the book. I was like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Like, you're hurting him. Because like I said, he would do anything for her. And she is so stubborn to her. And I get it. Like, for someone who has been fighting her whole life to make her dreams come true, he goes one step forward. She takes 20 steps back.
Okay.
She got me frustrated a lot. But at the same time, I understood her. And I loved seeing him fight for her. Because he would do so much for her. And I think that's another thing. She's not used to people doing stuff for her. She's not used to people caring. So when he comes into her life, she's not prepared for it. But it's amazing. I recommend it 100%. I've read it so many times. Like, and I cry every single time I read it. It is phenomenal. It's gonna make you cry. It's gonna make you swoon. It's gonna make you mad. It's gonna make you laugh. It has all the feels. She takes you in this journey where you're inside both of their heads. So you, like I said, you understand where she's coming from because you get inside her head and you see everything that she feels. Same with him. It's like he's not the type of guy that people think he is or that she thinks he is. So it's like, that's what I loved about it. You get inside both of their heads and you get them. You understand their feelings. You understand why they are the way they are. You're going to love him. Like, he is my everything. And like I said, she might make you a little bit mad, but she does win you over. So
I have to say, just hearing you talk about it, I'm already frustrated with her. I have to say, books where the heroines are really stubborn, I get pissed off so bad. Like, I get really irritated. I will legit bash out the heroine if she really annoys me. Sometimes stubbornness does not look cute at all. I know some authors write a lot of heroines that are really stubborn, and sometimes it's just too much that I get annoyed. Okay, well, it sounds good from the hero side that you said, but hearing you talk about the heroine, I don't know.
But there's a story. Like I said, there's a story behind her. So it's like, that's the good thing. Like, that's what I love most about this. That, yeah, you might get frustrated with her, but you also see what's going on in her head. So you see why she is the way she is. For me, it made me more mad because I love him. I want to protect him. I want to jump inside this book and protect him because he deserves the world. But then as you read, you feel bad for her because she has nothing. She hasn't had it easy. So for someone who hasn't had it easy, and her whole life she's like, I'm gonna do this, I want to do this, and you get it, you understand where she's coming from.
Did she redeem herself at the end of the series?
She does. When she lets him in, it's like, it is amazing. I remember reading that part and I was just crying.
Did she let him in the last 25% of the second book?
No.
Because I don't like books when only one character is fighting for the love and the other one is just, I'll let you do all the work.
No. Okay, so that's the thing with her. Once she realizes that she could have both him and her dream, she lets him in. It doesn't happen at the last chapter of the series. It happens I mean, they do go through some bumps, but you actually get to see them grow stronger together and accomplish their dreams together. So you need to read it. It's so cute. It's so good. It is gonna hurt. Girl, I legit was bawling. Legit. I was like, oh my God, I don't like her. She's the worst. I feel so bad for him. And then something happens to her and you're like, no, I love her. Why is this happening to her? So it's like, she redeems herself. You end up loving her too. I'm not going to spoil it.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I read it. Because I'm already annoyed with her just hearing you talk about it. But we'll see.
You'll like it. You say that and watch. You're going to read it and you're going to be like, you are right. It's totally worth it. I loved it. I wish I could give it more than 5 stars. Because it's really, really, really good. I love how Kennedy Ryan writes.
Yeah.
All of her books are phenomenal. I love every single one of them. And it's like, she does it in a way where her story flows so well. It never feels rushed. It never feels like it drags. It always, I don't know, her heroes and her heroines are, for me, amazing. And I love how she writes. She's such an amazing author, and any book of hers I read. But the Soul series has to be my favorite of hers. Anybody listening to this, read them. And then come back and tell Payne to read them because they're so good. So good. And then when everybody reads them and when Pam reads them, I'm going to say, I told you so.
And for me, one of the series that I think everyone should pick up is the Fallen Men series by Gianna Darling. It's seriously one of the best series that I've read. It's an MC romance. It's pretty much all age gap. So if you love age gaps, definitely check them out. I'm not really a huge MC person, but this series have grown on me that I've been wanting to check out other MC books because it's just so awesome. The family dynamic in the series is spectacular. Gianna did such an amazing job. There are 6 books and it's not over yet. She's still continuing. So there will be more books coming. And my favorite, all those 6 books, have to be Dead Men Walking, her latest one. I love all of them, but this one is probably my favorite just because I've been drawn to the heroes since book 1 because he's the enforcer in the group. And I love enforcer heroes. Well, in Dead Men Walking, Priest is, I mentioned, he's the enforcer, and Bia is pretty much a goody girl. She loves everything pink, but she's attracted to the dark side. A little background about the book. I don't want to give too much because I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Yeah.
I haven't read it, so.
Well, this, from the blurb, a serial killer was killing girls around their city. And so that serial killer set his eyes on Bia. And guess what? Priest to the rescue. And I love heroes who have to protect the woman. I love protector heroes, So it's just my favorite out of the series. And a lot of people love, I kid you not, love the second book, Welcome to the Dark Side. Everyone loves Daddy Zeus. Everyone loves Zeus. And I love him too, but priests just have a place in my heart. I think, like I said, because I was already drawn to him in the first book because he was very mysterious. He was really dark. He does not smile ever, only until, I'm not going to say it either, but their love story was phenomenal. It was amazing.
I have the first book of that series.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's a student-teacher romance. Mm-hmm. I mean, I love her covers. And I want to read that series.
Yeah.
But
have to.
I feel like I'm never going to catch up. It's 6 books and you're like, oh, she's still writing more.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm never going to catch up. But I'm going to start somewhere. Life got in the way and stuff, so I never finished it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back and finish it. But it sounds really good. I don't read a lot of MC series either.
Mm-hmm.
I love Sons of Anarchy. Mm-hmm. So every time I see her books, I think of that series.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since that and like the reviews people would post, I was like, okay, I'm going to read it. I don't seek out MC books, but I have read, not a lot actually. I've read like 3 MC books and I love them. I think if they're very well written, they're good books. Like I said, I was a huge Sons of Anarchy fan. I binge watched that series like a whole weekend when I first discovered it. And so I love MC.
I totally forgot to mention that even though each book is a standalone, I would totally recommend you read from the first book because all the books, some of them interconnect. So if you read the 4th book, it might spoil the first 3 books. So if you don't like spoilers, then you really have to read from book 1. I love the way how Gianna writes. It's very, if you would consider it poetic, but the way how she writes is just really very descriptive. I love the way how she describes things and she does her research. It's amazing.
I just recently started picking up her books. So the book that I just finished and then I'm reading, I agree with you. She has a way with words to where she doesn't over describe things. She describes them in a way where it feels like you're looking at it and that you're there, which I love. So it's like while you're reading, she does such a well job at writing and describing things that it literally transports you to that scene.
Yep.
And it's like, it doesn't, because I've read some books where they describe stuff and it's not bad, but in my opinion, it does feel like I've read a book where one thing is described in 2 pages. But on hers, it's like she describes it in a way where it's like necessary in order for you to understand what's in that scene. And everything she described has a meaning to the story. So it's not like she's just describing, oh, the floor looks like this and it was blah, 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 or that statue over there is blah, blah, blah. No, she describes that from the duet that I just read. She describes stuff that it's important for the reader to know because it has to do with the story.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it, and I really liked her writing. I am dying to read that series.
I highly recommend Gianna's book. So if you guys have any questions about any of her books, just message or leave a comment and I will totally reply back to you guys.
For our giveaway, we are gonna announce the winner in our Instagram page. So if you don't follow us yet, it's Book Buzz Podcast. So we're gonna announce Thursday the 18th. We are also gonna email the winner. Keep an eye on your email plus Instagram. Next week, like I said, promise, we are gonna be talking about Bridgerton. We are also gonna do a Bridgerton giveaway. So make sure you tune in next week because we're going to be talking about the book, the differences between the series and the book, and what we hope to see in season 2, plus a giveaway. I do want to say though, we are now on Spotify. We also have some exciting stuff planned that we're going to be sharing soon. Make sure you keep an eye on our Instagram page because most likely we're going to be announcing it there first. Again, our handle is Book Buzz Podcast, our YouTube channel, and you can follow us on Spotify. If you have any questions, just send us a message over on Instagram and we'll get back to you. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.